Hi, welcome to the Q&A for Exploring Space. We've enjoyed reading all your questions along the way and interacting in the MOOC. So there's one question that I'm going to look at straight away, which wasn't in the Q&A, but came out through the course, which is about telescopes and the big telescopes that we looked at. There's a few different, well, the question, sorry, was from Karen, that asked about how can you access these telescopes, who can access them, is it just space agencies, who owns the telescopes? So actually they're owned by a number of different institutions. They can either be owned by universities themselves, or they could be part of a kind of big intergovernmental agency like the European Southern Observatory, which owns a number of different telescopes like the extremely large telescope and the very large telescopes and things like that. And to access these kinds of telescopes, you normally have to be a researcher and book time on them. But there are a few robotic telescopes that you can actually access as a teacher or as a school. So one of these is called the National Schools Observatory. So if you look that up, you can book time on that, and also the Folks telescope as well. So if you Google those, you should be able to find ways that you can access them through a school. So I'm going to pass over to Rachel now to look at the question that we had in the Q&A.
Hi, yes, this was a question again, I believe, from Karen, and she was asking how the practicalities of getting hold of a STEM ambassador who is linked to the space industry, who could come in to support learning and inspire children in the classroom about possible space careers. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. You can contact your local STEM ambassador hub, and there's a map on the STEM Learning website that shows you which one your local one is, and there's a contact detail there that you can get in touch with. Another really easy way of doing it is going on to, again, the STEM ambassador area of the STEM Learning website, and you can actually, it shows you exactly how you can ask for a STEM ambassador to come into your school, where you put on what you want. Ambassadors would also be putting on what they can offer, and it's almost like a matching service that can put you with your STEM ambassador together. It's also worth pointing out that on the ESRA website, we actually have an area called Careers at the top. And if you click on that, there's about 8 videos of space careers, and there are individuals talking about the job that they do and how they got into it. We've got cuts of those videos that are specifically made for primary school learners, so they're really useful to use in class at the moment if you were to do a lesson that is linked into using space as a context. There's a real variety of individuals, from apprentices, we've got a space lawyer on there, we've got researchers, we've got people working as glaciologists using satellite information. So they're really, really useful ones to go to, especially at the moment when it's harder to get individuals into school. Tom, I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
I was just going to mention the Planning a Space Week document that we've, or resource that we've got on the website, because that actually links out to, well, it gives you a link to Royal Astronomical Society fellows that may be able to come and talk in your school, and also a list of all the astronomical societies, so amateur ones that often go into schools and do talks. So it's got kind of local ones that you can access through there. And I think we're just going to mention the various different challenges that are out at the moment as well that you might want to get involved with. So there's the Moon Camp Challenge, and that one is all about designing a kind of settlement on the moon, and it's done through 3D design. So for primary, it's through Tinkercad, and that's open right now, and all the details are on the ESRA website for all of these. There's also the Climate Detectives project, which is identifying a kind of problem with climate, or sorry, not with climate, but there might be something in your area where, you know, it could be flooding, or it could be that you want to investigate the crops in the area or things like that, and how can you use satellites to help you address this and look at ways of mitigating problems. That one you need to apply by the 23rd of November for that one. And there's also Mission X, which will open in January. You can get involved with. So yes, have a look at the Esro website for the various projects there. I'll pass back to Rachel for kind of links that you might be able to get to other CPD that's going on.
Thanks, Tom. If you've done this course, we also have another space course called that links into the human space flight and looks at how you can link astronaut activities into primary science teaching across science and other curriculum areas. We've also got some subject knowledge MOOCs, some shorter ones, and we have one that looks at chemistry, one that looks at physics, and we've actually got 3 that look at different areas of biology, so classification, evolution, and the human body. All of these MOOCs are running, I believe, in the autumn term, going into spring term as well. And they're well worth having a look at, because they look at misconceptions children might have in these areas and how you can elicit the misconception and then run activities to actually support children in learning the correct science behind these. So the physics one is linked a little bit to areas of space, but I mean, the others are all very much linked to primary. So they are something that you may be interested in looking at in the future. Okay, so just want to say thank you again for engaging with this MOOC on exploring space, and we hope you'll continue to follow Esro and find out, if there's anything else that comes up that links to space. We always let teachers know about it straight away through social media and our website.